Live from the CBS Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, this is CBS2 News at 5 p.m.
Good evening, I'm Crystal Cruz.
And I'm Suzanne Marquez. Police say a suspected robber is recovering tonight after he was shot while trying to rob a Santa Ana restaurant. The thing is, police don't know who shot him.
We have some incredible video of the robbery and the shooting to show you. CBS 2's Lori Perez is live in Santa Ana with it. Lori.
Well, Crystal and Suzanne, this is kind of a lot to digest. Police are now investigating both a shooting and a robbery that may or may not have been connected. Let me show you. It started all this morning, just after 12:30 this morning, when they say a man went up to this counter, just like this gentleman. He attempted to rob the restaurant. He did rob the restaurant, but got shot, witnesses say, by someone at the drive-thru. In fact, here in the restaurant, you can see where police have come in and they've marked with evidence markers where some of the shots ended up. Now, the shooter then took off. The robber also tried to run, but police found him across the street bleeding. Police are now looking for the shooter to try to understand what exactly happened here. The good thing is this restaurant has a lot of cameras, and the video of the shooting and the robbery is intense. The Cozy Corners security cameras were rolling at 12:43 Saturday morning as police say this masked man entered the Santa Ana restaurant with a black revolver and demanded money. Watch as he throws a bag at one of the workers and, hands shaking, she fills it with cash from the register. We've slowed it down and highlighted what happened next. As he grabs and takes the bag, shots fired. You can see the explosion of a bullet hitting a cup at the drink machine. He turns, and then we see him go down to the ground as at least one bullet appears to hit him in the back. 3 bullets. Cook Daniel Acevedo says he heard at least 3 shots. You can see where detectives have marked 2 of them, and Acevedo says they came from a car that was at the drive-thru window. Security camera shows him and other workers in the frantic moments afterwards. He says a man and 2 women had pulled up and ordered food at the same time the suspected robber was inside, and he doesn't think they were together. Best case, he says maybe the car wanted to help after seeing what was happening through the drive-thru window. It doesn't explain why police say the shooter's car, seen here, took off on Harbor Boulevard. Police responded and found the suspected robber across the street, shot twice in the upper body and bleeding. He was taken to the hospital. Police say they also took a woman he was with into custody. Here's another one of the bullet holes that police marked. So now police are looking for the shooter. They say that the suspected robber had surgery and is now in stable condition, and they add that he might be connected to other robberies in the area. It's a lot. Back to you.
It sure is. Now, more strong reaction today as news spreads that USC President Max Nikias is leaving over a sex scandal involving a school doctor.
CBS 2's Greg Mills spoke to students today about the resignation. He's live in Exposition Park with the story. Greg?
And most of the students have gone home for the summer, about 80%. But for those that are here, it's a very hot topic. It's the trending topic on the Trojans campus this weekend. CL Max Nikias leaving his post as president of USC.
The way the publicity has leaned in the last couple of weeks, it's been like a necessity that he be gone just because it's been such a scandal.
Scandals. Last fall, lurid details in the LA Times investigation regarding this guy, medical school dean Carmen Puliafito. Then the current scandal, women claiming they were sexually abused going back to the 1990s during exams by gynecologist George Tyndall. Tyndall lost his job.
The fact that so many complaints had come in and it took years for him to be fired and then he got paid even after he was fired, I think that's kind of ridiculous.
2 big scandals in less than a year under Nikias.
And even if you're not directly to blame, if you don't know, it's your job to know.
When the Tyndall scandal came to light, the USC board initially threw their support behind Nikias. Then backlash from professors, students, and alums. The board reversed course, stating President Nikias and the executive committee of the Board of Trustees have agreed to begin an orderly transition and commence the process of selecting a new president.
Now that the board is agreeing that there's definitely some fault here on the part of the leadership at USC, that we'll be able to move forward.
Lucy Chi is one of dozens of women who have claimed they were victimized during an exam by Tyndall. On Facebook, strong reaction on the USC Alumni Association page to Nikias stepping down. One wrote, All of the Board of Trustees should also resign. Sinful, shameful, disgusting. Another, whoever had knowledge should step down. And they will never find a replacement as good as President Nikias. Suzanne and Crystal, too, a lot of people had strong opinions but didn't want to go on camera with those opinions. Basically, they said they were conflicted. On the one hand, the school thrived under Nikias, but on the other hand, they said he really blew it when it came to the scandals. Back to you two.
Well, thank you, Greg. The sun came out today, but we still had some clouds. It does look gorgeous at the beach at Santa Monica right now. Are we in for a clearing trend? Meteorologist Markina Brown is here with the first look at our forecast. Markina?
Hey there. Yeah, good question, right? We're ready for some full sunshine. And yes, we are going to see that eventually as we head toward the next couple of days. Right now, we are still seeing lots of moisture off to the east here. This is all because of that area of low pressure that has been keeping the May gray around for us. Again, today, the clouds have been in and out. Depending on where you were, you probably saw full sunshine. As we look at the temperatures outside, you can see where we are looking at temperatures that are a little bit milder, and those folks that are seeing completely clear sky. Orange County, completely clear and 70 degrees, and the folks in the mountains are clear and cool with temperatures in the low 50s. But again, we've got big changes coming our way, which include some sunshine and thus warmer temperatures. I will sort it all out for you and talk about the holiday forecast on Monday coming up in just a little bit. Back to you.
Thanks, Markina. President Donald Trump canceled the planned summit with Kim Jong-un this week over rhetoric he says was coming out of North Korea. But now momentum is building toward possibly rescheduling this meeting. Mola Lingyi has details from the White House.
South Korean President Moon Jae-in had a surprise visit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un along the demilitarized zone Saturday. The two discussed ways to make a summit between Kim and President Trump happen. President Moon has been working to keep the U.S. and North Korea talking. He met with President Trump Tuesday prior to the president's decision to cancel the summit. President Trump called off the summit Thursday, citing open hostility from North Korea, but Friday sounded open to going through with it.
We'll see what happens. It could even be the 12th. We're talking to them now. They very much want to do it. We'd like to do it.
The White House says even though the summit was officially canceled, it will work to be ready if a meeting does happen.
We're always going to be prepared, and if the meeting takes place on June 12th, we'll be ready. If it takes place on July 12th, we'll be ready.
The White House is sending an advance team to Singapore Sunday to work on summit logistics. This morning, President Trump criticized a New York Times report suggesting a June 12th meeting would be impossible because of the lack of time to prepare, tweeting, "Wrong again." But CBS News was part of a briefing where a senior White House official said there's really not a lot of time left to prepare. Mola Lingyi, CBS2 News, the White House.
And trees add to our quality of life. And today, a San Fernando Valley Park got nearly 3 dozen new ones. How donations and volunteers helped make things greener, coming up.
This weekend is about more than just an extra day off of work, and for thousands of kids, they got a real lesson in what Memorial Day means. Coming up.
Plus, a tribute to veterans and military families with special honors for those who served in the Vietnam War.
Hi there, I'm meteorologist Craig Herrera, taking a look at the latest U.S. Drought Monitor map. It's updated every Thursday. We'll start off with a look at the state. You'll notice at the top of your screen you have the 5 categories of drought, and a good portion of the northern half of the state is now under the bright yellow, which is considered dry. As you zoom on in specifically to Southern California, the brown color you see is considered severe drought, and that's for most of Ventura County, LA County, Riverside County, and all of Orange County. We also have some severe conditions for a good portion of San Bernardino County. This comes out every Thursday, and we'll keep you updated.